Hello everyone, Ultimate Steve here, and welcome back to, I think is going to be episode 10 of Even Back. I'm going to be a bit quiet because it's nighttime like it usually is, but I'm just going to be a bit more mindful of my noise making. So the first thing that we're going to do today is we are once again going to try and land the Ezrep. And if it keeps cracking out, I'll just teleport a new one in. Because if you remember right, that's what happened last time. So I think our best case here is we're going to burn all of our fuel, not attempt to turn, just attempt a gentle glide descent down, and then refuel somewhere around there. So I think what's happening what our problem is that it's something to do with all these robotics and whatnot. Oh, I forgot to. Oh, seriously, okay, yeah, something is seriously out of whack with those robotics. But maybe I can just teleport a new one of those planes in there later on. I think it might have got something to do with repeated quick saving and quick loading while the propellers were moving. I'm not 100% sure though. Anyway, as I was saying, the robotics are weird, and the huge aero forces on re-entry might be causing us to, like, crack it out. And I think we can prevent that by taking the entry as absurdly gently as possible. Because entry is the part that's going to crack us out. Normal operations on Eve shouldn't. Keywording shouldn't. They still might. But I'm banking on it not. Okay, we've effectively decelerated as much as we can. We've burnt a whole bunch of fuel. Oh right, I need to not physics work. Alright, so we're going to do this at 1x speed, and we're going to try and pull out of this dive and not anger the Kraken. And this is going, the authority limiter on that's going up, so we have better control. And we're still speeding up, which really worries me. Because if we have too much force on the vehicle, then we're going to crack it out. So we need to keep relatively near prograde, but we also need to be slowing down, which are two contradictory requirements. So we need to, I'm going to try and keep below 10 Gs on this. Okay, we are slowing down. Ever so slightly. Ever so slowly. Okay, now we're at the point where we're just going straight into the airstream. It's still slowing us down. So I think we can safely keep going like this. And we are subsonic, so now I think we can just maneuver whichever way we want. And hopefully get to the general area of... Wow, we are very, very, very far away. I didn't think we'd land that far away. So it looks like it's going to be a long journey. I don't know if I'll show that all on camera, actually. I probably will not record all of it. I'm going to start recording again when something interesting happens. Alright, I've noticed something about the design. This piston should be a much better, heavier duty telescoping piston, because I'm good at time warp. Time warp maybe 3, but like then, no, 2 is the limit for before it starts just spazzing out there. So if I had put a bigger piston, or better yet, put the piston at the front so it's better like drag-wise, it would have worked. There's a very small chance that we may be able to repair this with EVA, but there's no offset tool on EVA, I don't think, so it would be very difficult. We'd have to test the repairs on Kerbin, like do a ground test, like that one scene in The Martian where they test everything on the ground, or that one scene in Apollo 13 where they say, okay, we have this, and we need to make this do this, we need to fix the spaceship, but they're like far away, so that might be a fun episode, trying to fix the Eve plane on Kerbin, and then develop a repair kit that we can send to Eve with the crew. Alright, we are coming in for a landing here. And then we'll finally be able to have a decent quick save. Oh, coming in. We have to do that all over again, don't I? Why is he so hard to land? Oh, we're all the way back here. Ugh. Well, since we know we can do it, we can try and land a bit closer. And you know what? Let's land in the dark. Let's land in the dark this time. Make that left turn, so we should start burning to retrograde. Roughly right about here. Oh, and we've managed to crack into it out again. Yay. So we have to do this again! You know what? At this point, I might literally just send EZREP 3 to Eve with the crew. Like, a much improved design, without all these bells and whistles, with a better exploration craft that won't break. And I didn't even quick save before the re-entry there. Like, I think I might actually do that. I might send another EZREP with the crew. Because this one, well, it's probably still better than nothing. It's just been giving me no end of problems. I don't know if I can, make my future self use this in good faith. I don't know if I can put it through that. Yes, basically 95% of our problems can be traced back to this thing right here. It's not, like, and this thing being in the back and not beefed up enough to keep this from ripping apart in the airstream. And the other 5% of our problems, okay, sorry, the other 4% of the problems can be attributed to, whenever I press X and Z, these, propellers, wait, no, it's, okay, 4% of the problems can be attributed to these propellers getting out of position. And the other 1% of problems can be attributed to me just not landing well. Alright, I can quick save here. And I need to do 1 times time acceleration through here. Is there like a stiffness thing that I can set on this, this piston? This very troublesome piston? Extension. Reset to build extension, locked. I can lock it. That might help a little bit. Okay, it's still bending out of the way. But maybe less? Because, yeah, it can rotate, but it can't translate. Okay. Yeah, that is way better. We are spinning out of control, but we did figure out something to mitigate the problems a little bit. And now we just need to manage a glide slope, which isn't that much, but is a lot considering how high up in the atmosphere we are. Okay, right, I need to reset the authority limiters to maximum on these things. Technically, presidential term limits are also authority limiters. Okay, just a bit of an update. We're not going to make it to the landing site, but I think we're going to make it to the second mountain that we almost chose but didn't end up choosing. Okay, I'm back for another attempt at landing the EZREP 2. Now, I have to be really careful and smooth, because the last time I broke apart, I didn't even hit that fast. And I'm also higher up, so it's going to be a bit more difficult to... Oh, and I'm going uphill, too. This is not going to be a success. Alright, luckily I have a quick save. I learned from my lesson. I do that sometimes. So I can't make it to the flat zone up there. So I need to find some place to land around here. So maybe that area. Granted, then I'll have to fly up 5 kilometers, and it's not going to be great. But it should work out, right? Like, it'll somewhat work out. Because this landed fine on Kerbin. We had an okay time landing this on Kerbin, if I remember right. Like, there weren't any major catastrophes. And now we're just having endless trouble landing this. This is the one thing that I spent like time actually testing, and it's not working. Oh, that's uphill too. Turn left. This is a pretty extreme downhill. Oh, that's why. Brakes are on. That's why. That's why we're having so many problems. Is that we keep leaving our brakes on because that was what we did for the propellers. Okay, no, it wasn't that. It's just that I can't land worth a darn. I'm honestly wondering if a vertical takeoff rocket might actually be better for what we're doing. Stall. Potentially. Alright, we need to do our flare at the proper instant. That was not the proper instant for a flare. That's too late. Okay, no, just on time. That's just on time. Release the brakes. That was so gentle. What's going on with this thing? Like, that was an amazingly gentle landing. It should not be breaking apart. Like, play that back. Tell me that that could have been reasonably any gentler. Tell me with a straight face that should not have survived that. Last attempt, and then we're gonna do drastic measures. Okay, now we're just on a super long downhill, and we're gonna land by the water. That looks flat over there. Now, whether we're gonna be able to make it over there is a different question entirely. Well, I mean, the first thing was not a question at all. Okay, never mind. We're not gonna be able to make it that far. We can make it to the bottom of this hill. So I'm gonna land like 5 kilometers up, and now I have to land at sea level. And I've been whining about it for the past 3 minutes as I fall down the hill. I've just been pinged in Discord, and someone's asked me how special relativity works. I have no idea how special relativity works, and I can't answer that right now because I'm currently trying not to die on Eve. Oh. Nope, this is gonna be it. This is gonna be our touchdown. See? That was gentle. And granted, it was a bit more vertical than I would have liked, but like, if that doesn't survive, there's something wrong with this craft. Okay, back to the editor, because something's not working here. So I've reattached the wheel. The wheels were indeed attached to the wings, which is not ideal. So I am reattaching the wheels to the fuselage, then offsetting them to about the area where they were before. And I have decided I'm not gonna be the hyper editing. Like, okay, so here's my logic. These if these propellers on the little itty bitty plane get messed up again on this trip to Eve, then I'll hyper edit in a new one of these and then keep the SREP. But I'm determined I'm going to land the SREP, and it is going to be legit. So SREP 3. Let's do this. And this will go with the crew. Like, I intend to leave the old one crashed. Then the bridge. Oh no, I'm gonna have to redesign the bridge. Actually, hold on. It might be easy. It might be really easy. I'm just gonna take this, and I'm gonna slide it over here. I forgot what height it was at, so I'm gonna Control Z a few times. And offset so it's the right spot, then delete the other one. I should have a very good estimate of where the thing is at. Okay, that's slightly lower. Rip this off. I'm going to delete it. And I'm not going to launch that today because I need to land the other thing. And then I'll launch this and the crew mothership and all that jazz that's actually going to Eve on the next attempt. So, what's happened here? I'm fairly sure that I have significantly improved the Eve plane. Like, I've removed its 2 major weaknesses, and we can have a second attempt at this only sent it to Eve. Alright, it's now time to land the ISR Ryu rover. Hopefully we won't have problems with this, because, okay, of the things we landed so far, the Eve ascent vehicle was pretty non-problematic, although it took us a few tries, but that was expected. The crew rover landed far away and I had to drive it and explode a few times. I wrote a song about it. The SREP didn't land at all, and we have to send a new one. What else did we even land? I don't even remember what else there is, but, like, basically, we've been having a very problematic Eve landing series. And it looks like we may have to land this. No, this one's going to be in the day. And this is no cross-range capability except for driving. And unlike the other one where I just drove it because I felt like it, we actually do have to drive this one up the mountain because its only purpose is to refuel the ascent vehicle. I time warped too far. So let's raid another Eve day. I time warped too far again. We can wait another pass, I think. Okay, it's gonna be this pass. We waited a bit too long, but like both passes were on either side of it were equally bad. So we have 2 kilometers per second to slow down. Then we have to make it through the atmosphere with this thing without burning off all the solar panels. That's gonna be a joy. And this is the paramotor, too. So hold on, can I lock these? Yeah, I'm just gonna lock these all so I don't mess it up again. And that would probably be a good idea to do that with the next one too. Locked, like the next SREP, so they don't get out of sync. So yeah, 3 lessons learned for the new SREP. Don't attach the landing gear to the fragile things. Jigger the piston lift system so it's not super like unstable during time warp. And lock the propellers so that they don't cause problems. I'm actually gonna wait a bit for... Oh, that's too far. Way too long. So, like, hold on. Since those are locked, the paramotors are locked, I should be able to time warp without any negative effects besides, like, you know, normal physics stressing. That's glad. I'm thank you, devs, for adding the lock feature. It's doing me much good, I guess. Wait, I was this high up? Oh, no, I'm gonna be re-entering way too fast. So, I need to decouple these, and then hope that I land. Oh. Solar panels are vanishing, but you know, the tornado. We had a few of those, and the mission still worked. No, but we can't go on with the mission without one of the wheels, so let's do this again. Okay, we are not in a super low orbit, so I'm actually going to lower everything to just above 90 kilometers by 90 kilometers. And then I'm going to try again in another Eve day. Oh, and I burned too much. Another Eve day goes by, another few orbits. So we're at 1 minute, 53 seconds away from that. So let's decelerate right here and see. This is probably too late, but you know. So the idea is that we're in a lower orbit, we have shorter fall, so we don't pick as much vertical speed up. Because we're still going to be traveling a kilometer per second sideways, but if we can limit our vertical velocity as well, that will keep the overall speed down. I don't know if what I said even makes sense. Oh right, this is the one with the parachutes that we attached while in orbit. So of course you never tested the landing on this. We didn't have parachutes on it until after it launched. Oh yeah, and we gain a few 100 meters per second. Oh, 100 meters per second or so. Because orbit and surface are different. Alright, let's push those out of the way. It looks like we're still going fast enough for these to melt, unfortunately, because this is a similar velocity to what we had last time. Oh. Guess who forgot to lock the propellers? Boost. Quick save. So I'm gonna do that now. Oh, it's getting hot. Where's the... I can't click on the thing. No, that's the propeller. Ah! Where is the... There. Locked. And we might not lose anything. It's looking decent. Hey, yeah, it is decent. We did it. We've done it. We made it through the atmosphere without any major disturbances. Now, we're going to have to drive 50 kilometers, which is like almost twice as far as what happened last time. But, you know, you win some, you lose some, I guess. And I don't really want to try that again. Can I glide this like I kind of did last time? Not very well, but like I can get like 20, maybe 30 degrees on it. Maybe more as the atmosphere gets thicker. So I can glide this a little bit to the destination. And luckily, there is an easy route to climb the mountain from this side as opposed to the other side. So, yeah, we can just go... You can't see it. You can't see it because my mouse is still turned off from when I was filming for Gold Rush. And yes, Gold Rush is not dead. Episode 2 is like 70-80% done. Is it probably going to be dead before it's finished? Unfortunately, yeah. There goes our debris. We are managing about 40 degrees of glide on this. That's more than I would have anticipated. So it looks like we are going to only have to drive this thing about this, like 30, 29-ish kilometers, just like last time. So we're gliding at about 40 degrees. And we've got about 30 kilometers left to go, and we have 3 kilometers up, so it should be around 29. Although we will have to pull the parachutes early, so I like the number 29. I'm going to shoot for it despite it not being wise. And I'm going to only open the parachutes when we're... Okay, yeah, never mind. That's not going to work. That's not going to work. I'm going to open the parachutes at about 500 meters. And it's about 31 kilometers away. There we are. And hopefully I put them on evenly. Okay, it looks pretty even. Nice. Oh, and just because of what happened last time, I can't quick save while about to crash. So I can't even adjust the spring strength, because it might have the same spring strength problems as the other rover. And, if I alter it now, I might just make it worse. So, yeah, let's just go. Let's just send it. If not, I'll redo it. It's not the end of the world. 120 meters. 90, 80, 70, 60, 50. I can stop time warping about now. Please don't crack an out. Please don't crack an out. It didn't crack an out, guys. We've done it. We've landed the Eve ISRU rover and paramotors on Eve. And now I have to do the long and arduous process of driving this up that hill. Fortunately, this rover should have a better top speed than the other one, because you can do the trick where you just do JL, JL, JL to get insane speeds on this thing. However, I might break the wheels. Actually, no. It's really hard to break the wheels on this, so I'm not really worried about that. We are really close to sea level though, so it's gonna be a long drive. So now that the crash of Ezrep is canon, and we're not quick loading from that, we can maybe like do expeditions to visit in the future. That'd be a cool thing to do. Okay, I've confirmed that I definitely cannot time work with this, which means that this is not really something I want to do right now. So I'm gonna leave driving that there for either off camera or a future episode. Yeah. Okay. So we've got a thing here. We've got what appears to be a terrain rift in Eve. So that'll be an interesting thing to scientifically investigate when we get the crew here. So I'll probably drop a waypoint down here. I'll get close, they'll drop a waypoint. Also, I think I might have said that, oh, this will be so much easier than the crew rover. No, it's not. It's worse. It's so much worse. If you're not constantly pressing J and L to get faster, your top speed is maybe 10 meters per second, and that's if you're on flat ground. You cannot use this to go up hills. Like, it's gonna suck going up that mountain. Like, I can maybe do 10 degrees at a slow speed. Why am I not going forward? It's not going forward. Okay, maybe it's... Oh yeah, I switched windows and I wasn't doing it again. Anyway. So I can't do hills, I can't do time warp. It's slower than the other one. The only positive is that I don't have to stop and charge, but that means that my fingers don't really get a break. Also, is this actually a rift, or is it just... Okay, it's a rift. Oh, I'm about to run into it. Okay. I stopped. Honestly, that's not much of a rift, but I'll mark it anyway. I'm pretty sure that getting this thing to the top of that hill is going to take multiple sessions, but I am going to continue on until I'm at least 1 kilometer up. Update. I was flipping backwards down the hill, and I hit the brakes, and they activated like a second late and tipped me over and broke a bunch of stuff. You'll also notice that I'm further away. I traded that distance for altitude, so and I have to drive all that way again. I'm not going to do that today. I am going to end this session.